It is that time of year for the 2018 NFC East predictions. And today, we're going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Dallas Cowboy fans, you may want to do this to me because of all the smack I talk about your team. But guess what? That's what rivals do. If you're a rival of the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to go at you. I'm going to have a little fun. I'll never make it personal, but I'm going to bust chops. Just like I expect any Dallas Cowboy fan to do with the Eagles, with the Redskins, with the Giants. That's how it works. That's the fun of it. With that said, Dallas Cowboy fans, this intro is specifically for you. Still stinks. Yo everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we're going to start doing our NFC East predictions. Now, I've already done the Eagles quite a few times, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start today with the Cowboys. Now, I'm going to do them today, and then in the next few days I'll do the Giants and the Redskins. I don't know which order yet, but we're going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to talk about what I think they're going to do during this season. I got to say this. Last year, when I did these, I was shocked at how many people I pissed off. And I realized no matter what you say, no matter how honest you're trying to be, somebody's going to get upset at what you're saying. It can't be helped. It's just the way it is. People get upset when you say things that they don't agree with. And, you know, all I can say to any group that feels slighted by these predictions on any of these teams, all I can say is use it as fuel. If your team wins, if you guys do better than I say, then come at me. Make me eat crow. I'll stand up. I'll admit if I was wrong. Make me eat it. Use it as motivation. But, last year I picked Dallas 8-8. I picked Dallas 8-8. I took a lot of heat for it by Cowboys fans. They finished 9-7, but you know what? I don't even count the last game that they won because it was against third stringers for the Eagles. So in essence, I feel that I was right at 8-8. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to be honest as I can. Now, let's just jump right into the schedule, and we'll talk more about the Cowboys team as it goes. So the Cowboys open up at Carolina. I think this is a very tough game for the Dallas Cowboys. I have this as a loss. I think it's a tough game, a tough place to play, and Cam Newton is going to do enough to beat them. Then they come back and they play Sunday night against the Giants. At home, I think they win this game. I think that they'll beat the Giants at home Sunday night. It seems like they play the Giants Sunday night at home every year, and I think they win. The following week, they go and they play at Seattle. Now, I remember a few years ago they went into Seattle when they were pretty good, and they beat them. Can it happen again? It can, because I'm not sure exactly what to expect of Seattle, but Russell Wilson in Seattle, it's still a hard place to play. I'm going to say that the Seattle Seahawks beat Dallas, and this is a loss. The following week, they got the Lions at home. I'm going to say the Cowboys win this game. They're going to be pumped up. They're going to be at home. It's going to be early. And I think the Detroit Lions will fall right into the trap and allow, Zeke to run all over the place. I'll say that Dallas wins this game. Now, I got to say, when I think of the Lions, it always seems like they beat Dallas in Dallas, but it always seems like that's late in the season. I'm going to say early in the season, Detroit falls to the Cowboys. So right now I have the Cowboys at 2-2. Then the Cowboys, they head on Sunday night again to Houston to play the Texans. Now I got this as a loss. I think the Texans are a very, very good team. I think they got a lot of firepower. I love Deshaun Watson, and I got the Houston Texans beating Dallas. The following week, you got the Dallas Cowboys playing the Jaguars. Now, Dallas has got a better defense, I think, than they did last year. I think their defense is decent, okay? I think the Jacksonville Jaguars defense is really decent. And I think that Jacksonville, their offense is good enough to pull this game out. I'm going to say Jacksonville They beat Dallas in a close game, a defensive struggle, and I'm going to say Jaguars win. At this point, I have the Dallas Cowboys at 2-4. They're 2-4, and they're going to head to Washington to play the Redskins. Now, for whatever reason, these teams always seem to beat each other on the road, and I think this is going to be no exception. I think Dallas goes into Washington, and they beat the Redskins. Now, after they beat the Redskins, they're going to have a bye week, and then they're going to come back and play the Tennessee Titans on Monday Night Football. Now, this is a home game for Dallas. I got them winning this game, taking their record to 4-4. Okay, so then after they play the Titans, it'll be week 10, and they're going to play Philadelphia in Philly on Sunday Night Football. Now, before I give you a prediction of who wins this game, I want to point out something that I always complain about when it comes to the Cowboys. Every year they seem like they're on national TV every week, Sunday night or Monday night. And this is week 10, and Dallas would have been on Sunday night or Monday night 4 times already. It's only week 10, and they've been on Sunday night or Monday night 4 times. That's ridiculous. There's a lot of teams out there. Why are they on every week? I get sick of it, okay? But as far as the game goes against the Eagles, I got the Eagles beating Dallas at home. I think the Eagles will take care of business. They will beat Dallas, and then Dallas will make their way to Atlanta to play the Falcons the next week. Now, in this game, I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons because Atlanta is a tough place to play. They're very good at home. They're a very talented team, and I think the Atlanta Falcons will beat them. Now, after they play Atlanta, they got a short week at Thanksgiving. Now, here's the thing. They're going to play the Redskins on Thanksgiving, okay? Thanksgiving, you're playing the Redskins, which to me is tough because for whatever reason, the NFC East seems like they always go into Dallas on Thanksgiving and beat them. So I'm going to take the Washington Redskins to beat Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. After the loss to the Washington Redskins, Dallas will play again the following Thursday versus the New Orleans Saints. Now, here's the thing. Dallas will be 4-7. They'll be in a desperate situation. They'll be in a desperate situation hosting the Saints, who I have as a top 2 team in the conference. Top 2 team in the conference on Thursday Night Football in front of the world. I think the New Orleans Saints win this game. I think they win this game, and I can feel your pain. I can feel the heat coming through the camera lens onto me. I can see that Dallas Cowboy fans are angry. I can see you throwing things. Don't hurt me. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I know you want to bash this dingbat's head, but it's just the truth. I have Dallas at this point 4-8, and they're going to then host the Super Bowl champions. Now, here's the problem for Dallas in this situation. The problem is the Philadelphia Eagles are on the verge of clinching the division. With a win right here, I have the Eagles clinching the division. The Eagles will go into Dallas, and they will double moonwalk that ass. And after they do that, Dallas will fall to 4-9. Now, this is when all hell is going to break loose. All hell is going to break loose in Dallas. Jerry Jones is going to be angry. People are going to be blaming Dak. Probably unfairly blaming Dak, I gotta say. Then they're going to be yelling and blaming the coaches. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of like rituals and satanic stuff going on. It's going to be crazy. Okay, it's going to be nuts. But it is what it is. I mean, this is just my honest opinion. That's all. But I have Dallas 4-9 right now. Things don't look good. Then, after they lose to the Eagles, they're going to go and play the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Colts are going to be a lot better team than they were, but I think Dallas is going to be so desperate. I think they're going to go in and they're going to beat the Colts in a late season win, taking them to 5-9. They're going to be 5-9, and the following week, they're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, after they play the Buccaneers, they're going to beat the Buccaneers, taking them to 6-9 on the season. Now, here's what's going to be interesting. After the Buccaneers win, there's going to be questions that maybe Garrett should come back one more time. Maybe they just didn't have this, or they just didn't have this. Whatever the excuses are, there are going to be those that want Garrett to come back. Okay? And then, week 17, the final game of the season, in New York versus the Giants. The Giants that may still have something to play for. We don't know yet. I haven't done that prediction. But Dallas will go into New York and lose to the Giants in the final game of the season, bringing the Dallas Cowboys to 6-10. Now, I know you want to hurt me. I know, I get it. But look, it's the truth. This is what I think. I think Dallas finishes this season 6-10. Don't hurt me. I can feel your pain. And I think the Dallas Cowboys will probably need a coaching change. I think Dak Prescott doesn't have a lot to work with. I think losing Jason Witten is a big loss that you really didn't replace. I look at your receivers that you brought in, Hearns, Tavon Austin. They're okay. They're okay. They're average. But you really don't have a passing game. I think offensively, the Dallas Cowboys are too predictable on how to beat them. Zeke Elliott is really your only true weapon that you have. I think your defense will keep you in games. I think that's much better. I like the draft pick of Van Der Esch. I think that was a great pick. I like some of the young guys in your secondary. I think the defense will do their job for the most part. I think the offense will let you down. And it won't be all Dak's fault. This is how I see your season unfolding. Now look, if you guys go 10-6, somehow 11-5, any of that, then let me tell you, Dak Prescott is probably a MVP candidate because he doesn't have anything to work with. You know, I hear a lot of times where they say, oh, he's better than Carson Wentz, and look at his first year, look what he did. First year, don't worry about first year. What did he do in his second year? What is he going to do from his second year to third? How is he going to get better? That's what matters. I just don't think, here's the other thing. When Carson went into his second year, the Eagles put weapons around him. They put people around him. When Dallas went into their second year, they didn't really put weapons around Dak. Going into this year, they still haven't put anything around him. So how are we really fairly going to judge him if he doesn't have weapons? I think you need a coaching change. I think you need a coaching change, a new coach, put some weapons around him, then we'll see what he is. But right now, I mean, this is how I honestly see it. And I know some of you may say, well, you're just picking the Eagles because you're an Eagle fan. The truth is, I am an Eagle fan, but they're also the Super Bowl champs. There's no reason why I think they shouldn't have a great year. But this is how I see the Dallas Cowboys. If I'm wrong, let me know. Put in the comment section what crow you would like to see me eat if I'm wrong, and I will do it. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. And let this motivate you. Let this motivate you, Dallas Cowboy fans. You want to come at Philly 500. You want to come and double moonwalk my ass. Well, you know what? Let your team win. Then you can come and talk all you want. You can do all you want. Because you know what? I will be eating a lot of crow. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.